Good morning, Dan from Rhubarb Car Sales. It's Monday morning, 9:30. Back down at the pitch. A couple of little updates for you. Full pitch. It's looking pretty good. I've got one more than I should do down here, to be honest. I pay for 6 spots. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Then I've got the Mini that I'm using's 8, and then I've got the C-Max, which is 9. So yeah, making some progress, aren't we? Not too bad. I said I wanted 10 cars by the end of the year, so we're getting there. A couple of little updates for your beefy. If you remember on the last video, we had a test drive on that on Friday or Saturday, was it? Young lad who liked it, but seemed a bit of a nervous driver. Not nervous driver, he was a good driver, bit of a nervous buyer. So he liked the car, but he did walk away. And I weren't too sure why. I thought it was because he wanted finance, but he did ring back up Saturday night saying, yep, I'm going to go for it, and he paid the £200 extra to have the cam belt done as well, which is nice. So 2627 2895 including the cam belt. So I've got that booked in for him in the morning. I've also decided to put another 12 months MOT on it. It's got MOT until the end of April. And I've sort of decided that weren't enough really. So I've just been over to MOT place, so it's going to one mechanic for cam belt doing tomorrow, and then it's going to my MOT place for the MOT doing Thursday morning. Just gives me a bit of peace of mind, because he did mention on the test drive about taking it to, if you remember in the last video I said that the girlfriend said, do you do a thing where we can bring it back if we have another garage check over it and there's anything wrong? I said obviously I'll look after you and fix do any repairs, but so I've got a feeling I might take it to a garage to get checked over. I noticed, he didn't notice, but I noticed a little knocking on the backside on the test drive. So I thought if I just get it in, if it cost me 300 quid to get it through MOT, it just gives me peace of mind, but it's gone and it's right, and it just gives me good reputation, doesn't it? It's good for him, but I've just texted him this morning saying I've decided to put 12 months MOT on it. So I think that's a good move. Even though it's going to cost me a couple £100 extra, it's the right thing to do. In other news, I had somebody, my mate's dad did come down and look at the Altea on Sunday. I've always said I'm no pressure, no hassle sales, but I did have to ram that down his throat. Not because I needed rid of it, because it is my most popular car. Out of all my cars, it's getting most views on Auto Trader and on Facebook. It's getting double or triple whatever everything else is getting. So he weren't keen on it because he just didn't know anything about it. He'd never seen one, never heard of one. And he's one of them buyers that's had brand new company cars all his life. Same old story from him. He did go to look at a Silver Focus over in Leeds at a big garage last week, and it was absolutely horrible. I won't name the garage, but they had a big, well-known garage with probably 100 cars in. And he said the guy said to him, it has just come in, it's not been prepped yet, but he said it was absolutely disgusting. Dings in every panel, dog hair everywhere. He said full of dog hair, absolutely stunk. I said, yeah, that's what I hear all the time. You know, it is on Auto Trader, they've advertised it. So I said, look, this is a good car. I said, for me in the trade, I'm telling you, this is a good car. It's the right colour that you asked me for. He originally texted me a month or 6 weeks ago saying my dad wants a German sort of car. He's had a Passat in the past. He likes the diesels. He wants an estate, dark colour. I said this ticks all your boxes. It is essentially I think it's based on a Golf, isn't it? A Golf Plus. I said, so it will feel like your Passat. It's got the same engine, same gearbox, same running gear. It's got the big boot. It's a dark colour. Looks beautiful with the alloys and tinted windows. It's got all the reverse sensors, sat nav, cruise control. I said, but you're in this price bracket now at 3995, where I don't think you can look for a specific car. You're looking for something that's well presented, well looked after, and like I said, this has got full service history. cam belt and water pump done, and 2 gearbox oil changes. I said, you're just not going to get... I said, I'm telling you as a friend, not as a salesman, you're not going to get a better 3995 car than that. So he said, I know what you're saying, I know what you're saying. I said, and Focuses, yeah, I like this shape Focus. I will have the next shape as well. I've had the other shape. I said, but they're not a patch on what these are. Volkswagen, Seat, Audi are a step up from what Focuses are. And I said, you will get trouble with Focus with water getting in them. Every Focus that I've had gets water in it. If you've seen my previous video on that black one that I had to take all the seats, all the carpet out and dry it out and put all new sound deadening and stuff in. They're terrible for water ingress. So he walked away from that on Sunday, but he did text me then later. He said, I will get back to you, I'll get back to you. And he's decided to have that. So I said to him, I'll let you have it for 3.8. I said, anybody else, I'll be sticking to 3995 because that is a good car. That is my best car. I said, but to you, if you want to take it as it is with the MOT till July, 3.8. If you want a new MOT putting on it, 3995. So that's what I'm doing, putting a new MOT on that one, new MOT and cam belt on that one. And hopefully we'll get them out this week, which gets a bit of money back in the bank. So don't leave us with much really. Well, still got the Focus. To be fair, that needs... So once I get the money in from them then, I'm going to get that properly prepped. So I've not done anything with that. I bought that with a long MOT and it drives well and I've kept it as that. But I'll get that in for a new MOT. We'll get the cam belt done and I'll probably get this corner done here. Yeah, I'll get that. It's had a scrape down here. So I was just going to touch that in, but I've seen a new smart pair replace that I'm going to try, so I think that'll be 200 quid. So I think we'll get that bumper corner done and get it prepped properly, get it through an MOT, and then we'll have to stick to the 1995 then and sell it as a good car. Good car with cam belt, MOT, and good condition. And that's what we'll have to do with that one, because it is a good runner, that does drive nice. So that's what we'll do with the money coming back in. Course has been prepped, that's had service and MOT. Not done anything with the 500. That's got long MOT, it's been serviced this year. It's had cam belt and water pump done this year, so I think that is a wash and sell. I'm quite confident there's no issues with that. And then that Corsa, I think I'm going to give that to my brother to sell as a private sale. Nice bodywork on it, does run nice, but I'm going to give that to my brother to sell, I think. I just want my 1600 quid back for that to reinvest, to put back in. So yeah, that's the pitch update. Let's get these two out the door, let's get a couple of cars prepped, and then hopefully we can get back to the auctions at the end of the month and get some new cars on here again. Cheers guys, thanks for really appreciate all the comments on the last video that I did. Loads of you were commenting, which is really nice. I even had a phone call off one chap who were local giving me advice on it about the resistor on the Corsa, so I really appreciate that. It's nice to sort of interact with you all and see you all getting involved in the videos. Just makes me feel like it's worth carrying on. It's nice to know that I'm doing the right thing. So cheers guys, thank you, catch up with you all soon. Good evening, it's Wednesday 14:23. I've just got home from work. I finished work at 1 o'clock. I've just been down to the pitch, picked the Corsa up because I've got a lady interested in the Corsa tonight. Sounds really nice, buying it for her daughter. She's coming from an hour's distance away. Asked if she can take it tonight. I said, yep, it's been serviced MOT, not a problem. The only thing with this is I haven't got the V5. I could have got the V5, but then it'd have meant putting another keeper on. So I have got a couple of options where there's a website that dealers use online where I can pay to have it taxed and get her thing online, or I can take it to post office and fill in the V whatever it is. I've got the form in my boot, I can't remember the name of it. And I've done it before where the post office guy is really good, he has taxed it for me before. So anyway, just as I was picking this up, she rang me with concerns from previous MOT saying there's corrosion underneath. Has it had a new subframe? So I've said it hasn't, but that is usual of a 12-year-old car. I said I'll send you some pictures and let you make your own mind up, so that's what I've done. As you can see, there is corrosion under there, but it does say not seriously weakened. So the shockers ideally could do replacing, but they're obviously working because they've gone through the MOT. If my MOT tester had said they need replacing, I wouldn't have grumbled, I would have replaced them, but again, it's just surface corrosion. So I am back on with the Laneguard. I said I'd Laneguard it for her, so that's what I'm doing now. I've only got an hour or so to get Laneguard washed. Inside's pretty clean. I have got an air vent to replace as well, so I'm going to crack on. That's took me less than a couple of minutes. You can see that side, I've done all there, and I've not done that side yet. You can see where I've stopped, just to show you the difference. That will dry in and all go nice and black. It looks a lot better already. It won't convert the rust, it won't make it any better, rust doesn't go away, but it will stop it getting any worse. There you go, I've fully coated it all now. I'm going to put a bit more over there. One top tip I did get on my last Laneguard video was just to, I should have thought of it really, but adjust the spray nozzle so that you get a wider spray. When I used it first time it was just jetting. So you can see I've adjusted it this time, so I'm getting a much wider spray on it. Right, let's have a look round at the front. Let me get up on my ramp and then I'll show you the front. But yeah, that's all the back under there done. Like I say, that's literally took me 5 minutes. Right, let's have a look under the front. As you can see, it's kind of the same. Yeah, signs of surface corrosion, but to me that's what I'd expect to see under a 12-year-old car, really. Right, let's get on there. Still rolling about in my bloody trousers and shirt here. I haven't even had time to get changed. This is not ideal. Really pushed for time today, but not a lot more I can do. Let's make the best of it. Right, I'm going to put you guys down, you can see what I'm doing. Hard to do one-handed, so I'm going to put you guys down. Catch up with you soon. As you can see, I've done it all in the Laneguard now as promised. All the springs are new, they've been replaced at some point. I've sprayed it all down there, it looks nice and black now. Like I said, it is solid, it's not cracking anywhere. that is typical of what I'd expect to see on a 12-year-old car. And I have put that protection on there now to look after it, make it last a little bit longer. I've done the front as well. That will all dry and stick on there. It's really sticky grease. I've done the same over the other side there. Oh, that's been awful. Right, I can't remember what time I started. What was it, 25 past 2 or something back at home. As you can see, I'm back down at the pitch. I've pulled the Corsa just over here, but took it home, got it washed, hoovered it out, did all the Laneguard underneath. I forgot that I'd broke one of those last time when I was cleaning it, and my new one was in my Mini over there, so I managed to, it was getting to 10 to 4, and she was supposed to be coming at 4. I decided to try and pull the vent out, made a real hash of it. That's the old one now, so I just, that was a pain to get out if anybody's ever done one. And I tried delaying. I managed to get the day off work tomorrow, which I didn't expect, because I've got the Ibiza and the Altea going in for MOT. So I've got the day off work tomorrow. Unfortunately, in our job, we don't tell you if you've got the day off until the day before. So I can apply for daily leave, but they don't tell me if I've got it until the day before, which is a bit of a pain, as you can imagine. So on Monday I tried to book Thursday and Friday off so I could get these cars sorted, and thankfully I've got tomorrow off. So I tried delaying her, tried putting her off until tomorrow, because I'd just run out of time. Anyway, she said, oh, I'm setting off at 4, which give me an extra hour. So I've just got down now and I've just clipped that in. If anybody's ever done one, they're £20 each, them. £20–25 on eBay, so they're not cheap. They break so easily. From my previous life, I used to be in police. Obviously we had the old Corsas in police, this shape Corsa, and on every Panda car these were broken all the time. They just break so easy. Anyway, luckily it just clicked in at last second. I've just managed to push it in and it's just clicked in. So I've got 17 minutes past 4 now, so she should be here at 5 o'clock. I'm just going to jump out. I've done the windows in and out. I've got this to do, which I always forget. And I'm just going to get a bit of polish on and just titivate now. She has been haggling me on price before she's come, which is fine. When she rang me, she said, what's your best price on it? I said, look, I've not got a lot in it. I have just reduced it from 3,995 already. And she said, oh, nothing then. I said, well, I'm not going to lose a sale over £50, but yeah, I've not got a lot in it. She said, okay, yeah, no problem. And then she started asking about this corrosion underneath. She's been to her garage, who've quoted her a few £100 to replace it. I've texted her back, I've said, look, it doesn't need replacing, it's got MOT on it. I've sent you the video of it. I've covered it in Laneguard now. You know, it's just a 12-year-old car. So she said, what's your absolute best? I said, look, 3,750. It's up on Auto Trader at 3,850. I said, 3,750, £100 off. Is that your best? I said, yep, that's as much as I can do. I can't do anything else on it. I'm genuinely not. Like the Ibiza over there. Okay, I've had to sell that in the end at 2,695. I think I bought that for 2. I've done a service and MOT on it. Well, it's going back in for MOT, another MOT tomorrow. So it could cost, that could cost me another couple £100 tomorrow. I've done my cam belt on it. I'm not going to make a lot of money on that car, but it's just sat around long enough that I've had to reduce it to the cheapest in the country to get rid of it. This I've not had as long. That's got no service history and 1 key. This has got full service history and 1 owner, so I can't just keep giving cars away. You know, 3,750 is at Auto Trader fair price. Fair price for a fair car. And as you guys know, if she gets it home and does have a problem with it, I've got to leave enough in it to look after her as well. It's so annoying when people just keep pushing and pushing and pushing for another £100. You know, oh, just another 100, just another 100. Well, what do you want? Do you want a cheap car? Or do you want a good car and looking after? You know, you can't do everything, can you? It's so annoying. What difference does this £100 make? I know you could say the same on my part. What difference does the £100 make to me? It makes a hell of a difference to me. I've got my rent to pay. I've got, you know, probably doing close to £1,000 a month on Auto Trader now. I've got my sorry, I'm going off on a rant now. I'm going off on a tangent, but I've started, so I'll finish. I've got my trader's insurance to pay, trade plates to pay, garage mechanics to pay, paint shops to pay. The bills do come, yet profits like I'll tell you, okay, I might make £1,000 on that car, but £1,000 like that come few and far between. The bills come thick and fast. That's what you don't realise when you're not in this game. There's been months where I've gone 3 or 4 weeks paying bills out, getting cars prepped, getting cars ready, where I thought, God, I've paid, I had £5,000 in my bank, where's that gone? And honestly, the £5,000 goes and you haven't sold a car. And it's honestly horrible. I'm at the point at the minute where I've got a couple £100 to get these two through sort of MOTs and that tomorrow. I've not got a lot left. I've got 3 cars going out, so I'm going to get 2695 on my Ibiza, 3995 on my Altea, 3750 I've said on this. So yeah, tomorrow I might get, what's that, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 6, 8, 6, 9, 6, 10, 10, 4, something like that. So, you know, if this goes, tomorrow I might have 10 grand in my bank. But right now, right this minute, I've got £500 and I put £1,200 of my own money in last week when I had to refund the C-Max. So I'm actually negative £700 at the minute. Yeah, honestly, guys, that's just me being honest and frank about the money in this game. Everybody thinks, oh, they make fortunes, make £1,000 a car. Sometimes you do, but you need to make that £1,000 a car. And I hope that's what comes across from me showing you and being as honest as I can about what I'm doing. Right, I'm going to get some polish on this. Hopefully this lady turns up and likes the car. See how we get on. I'll update you shortly. On another note, we are getting short of cars. Obviously my Mini I'm using, that's for scrap. Did have a guy come in and having a nosy at the 500 today. Altea and Ibiza are going out this week. Well, tomorrow, hopefully. They're going in for MOT tomorrow. We'll hopefully get them picked up Thursday, Friday. Which leaves us with the 500 and the Focus, if this goes. So we're back down to 2 cars. The red Corsa I've traded out. Well, I've given it to my brother to sell cheaply. I didn't want to be sitting on it at 2995, so I've given it to him to sell. I've said, look, I want my £1,600 back. You keep whatever you can get for it. So if he gets 2.5 or 2,295, he'll make a few £100 and I get money back in my bank. Like I said, I just got short of money. I needed to get some money back in. I just wanted the £1,600 back and I couldn't have it sat round at 2,995. So that was my logic with that one. So yeah, we're going to look pretty scarce down here once these cars move tomorrow. Need to start car shopping again soon, which is the fun bit. Well, that's the end of a busy day. Like I said, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, in work at 5:20, finished at 1, straight home, came and picked the Corsa up. I've been polishing the Corsa all afternoon, replacing that air vent, getting underneath and doing the Lanagard. This family's come from an hour away, negotiated the money off with them. I said 3,750 is the best I can do. I did decide before they come that I was going to put a £68 warranty on for them because they've travelled. If he had any problems, then at least you know, the warranty were there, but they didn't have to be bringing it back and all that. It would have saved me time and effort. There's also the first car I've had that hasn't got a V5 this, so there is an online thing that traders can use where we can fill in the logbook and do the car tax online. Again, that was going to cost me another £65, £40 for the logbook, £25 for the car tax. So that was going to cost me another 65 quid, 68 quid for the warranty, plus I'd negotiated £100 off. So mum, daughter and another chap turned up, an older chap. We've had a good test drive. She weren't a confident driver, but she's come from a Corsa already. As you can see, it's all prepped, it's all nice and clean. I've waxed it all tyres are shined up. We had no complaints about the condition. Sorry, I've locked it up now, but inside's nice and clean. I've done all the plastics. So halfway back, we pulled in. I said, look, I'll let you guys have a little 5 minutes chat. Let them have a chat. I said, right, any thoughts? Shook her head. Oh, no, I'm going to look at some others. I said, okay, well, what's put you off? Can I ask? She said, oh, it's just the aircon. The aircon's not blowing cold enough. We had this debate in the car about the aircon. She had it baking in the car. I said, oh, you like it? Oh, you? I said, open fridge. For some reason, we asked about the aircon before they came, and I texted back, said, yeah, the aircon works. It does work. And then as soon as they came, that's the first thing they tested, aircon. And she came, she said, oh, the aircon doesn't work. I said, that works, is that? That's blowing cold, is that? And then when we went on the test drive, like I said, she had the car red hot. So I said to her, oh, just put aircon on. As soon as she put it on, it cooled down. So, don't get me wrong, if aircon needed fixing, I'd fix it. But anyway, we had this chat and she said, oh, it's just the aircon. I want a car that blows really cold. I said, okay, well, seems a shame to travel an hour and lose a car for an aircon. I said, I'm going to put a warranty on it anyway for you. So what if, I said, it's only £68 for the regas. I said, and I'll put aircon on the warranty so that if it is anything else, like a condenser or whatever, you'll be covered. No. I said, well, why not? She said, it's just the aircon. I said, yeah, but I've offered to cover that for you. I'm going to, you can take it. They've got a local garage that they use. I said, get it regassed and you can get that sorted, which it's not broken anyway. And she said, well, it's not going to be any colder, is it? I said, okay. So that's it. Travelled an hour, walked away for aircon that does work. That is the weirdest one I've ever had. I said, look, it's got the service history, the condition's right for you. You actually like the colour. I don't know. That was a weird one. Sometimes you just can't do anything else, can you? So, not to worry. That one's staying for now. Just crack on with the Altea and the B for tomorrow. Get those down for MOT. And I'll probably end the video with whatever they need. See how much they're going to kick me up the bum tomorrow. See how much they're going to sting me for. I'm hoping that goes straight through. That's been MOT'd recently in July and it's faultless to drive. That, I'm budgeting a couple £100. I've heard a couple of knocks and bangs on suspension on test drive that I noticed but the driver didn't notice, so I'm expecting budgeting sort of £200-300 on that, which is okay. I'd rather it go out right and not come back with the MOT on. Right, I'll come back down tomorrow, we'll wrap this video up tomorrow. Well, it's MOT day. I've been and dropped the Ibiza off already. Expensive start to the day, so the Ibiza last couple of times I've come down to it, I've had to use the top Don to jump start it, which is fine. It's been stood here since May. Kind of expected it to keep going flat, but last couple of times I've jump started it. Then we're on Thursday today, so on Tuesday I took it home and put it on a full charge. So I put the battery charger on. It was showing at 60 to 80% already, but I left it on about 10 hours or so, give it a full charge. So that was Tuesday. It's only Thursday today. I've come back down this morning and it was flat again. So I've been and got a new battery. I've got the Yuasa one. There was a cheaper Drive Tech one, but I know once they go flat that the crap, you can't recover them. So I paid a bit extra and got the Yuasa one. Drop that off at the garage. They're going to put a new battery on and we'll see how we get on with the Ibiza. He's going to ring me when that's ready and then I'm going to take the Seat over. But I've just had a look this morning, just wanted to quickly show you the Laneguard that we did yesterday. How much better does that look? It's all nice and black now, whereas when we looked under yesterday it were sort of brown and crusty, but looks loads better that now. I'm quite impressed with that. I say I'd not even looked underneath really until she mentioned it. It was the tyre kicker yesterday, but noticed previous advisories for corrosion on MOT, and like I said, the last 2 MOTs are clear. There's no mention of it. So yeah, just glad I did that. It's made a good job, that Laneguard. Funnily enough, I got somebody else as soon as I were let down by her yesterday. Really odd that aircon thing. I was still thinking about it in my sleep last night. I think she'd just got it into her head that her car aircon were playing up. Like I say, she'd asked me about it before she come. And then it was just ironic that we were sat in car boiling. Honestly, I was baking in car on test drive. And I said to her, God, you like it hot, don't you? I said, put fridge on. And she put aircon on. Went instantly cold. I thought, you know, you're moaning about aircon and you sat in a bloody red hot car here. Not as strange as folk. So, and then, like I said, she walked away saying my aircon wasn't cold enough. I don't know, weird. So yeah, but weirdly enough, last night somebody messaged me who lives literally just round the corner here. He's seen it parked up. He used to work with my brother, he knows my brother quite well. He messaged last night saying he were interested, so said he was going to give me a call today. So touch wood, hopefully we've got somebody else a bit more local, a bit more realistic coming down to have a look at that today. That'd be nice. And then I'll update you, see how we get on with the MOTs on these two. Hoping that goes straight through. The Ibiza might need a couple of little bits on suspension or some brake pads or something, I don't know, we'll see what happens. But like I say, it's already cost me 90 quid on a battery, so fingers crossed all goes well. Right guys, we're back in the Ibiza, just picked that up from MOT. Pretty good news, I can live with this. So it's gone through MOT, it's only done 100 miles since the last MOT, so 96,577 was the last one, 96,645. It's gone through with the same advisory for steering rack has slight free play detected at steering wheel, which the buyer knew about that on the previous MOT. I did say to him this morning, there's a knocking on the front suspension, and he said, well, if it ain't got play, it'll still go through MOT. But I did say to him, look, just do it, just make it right. I said, if it needs something, just do it. Because I just don't want it coming back, and I want my car to be right. So he's done it needed a drop link, suspension link, labour and MOT. Looks like they fitted the battery for me free of charge as well. So 85.65, so I can cope with that. And obviously the 80 quid for the battery this morning, so 165 quid on it. That's alright, innit? And we've had the cam belt and water pump done the other day as well at a separate mechanic, so nice little car for him now. I've put 12 months MOT on it till what, September next year, which he didn't ask for. I just thought I'd get it done because I noticed that knock, so I wanted it right. So yeah, MOT till September next year now, whereas it only had till April on, so I think he'll be chuffed about that. Cam belt and water pump done, brand new battery on, so it's 160 quid well spent is that, I think. Gives me peace of mind, gives him peace of mind. Hopefully it won't come back, and hopefully he will come back when he wants another car, or hopefully he'll leave us a good review or tell his friends about us. So I've just dropped the Altea off now. I'm going to go home, give this another wash, get it ready for him coming up. I've texted him saying it'll be ready for 4 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock now. What time is it now? Yeah, half past 2. That clock's wrong on there. 2:30 it is now. So I've got to go pick my little girl up. Well, my big girl. Little girl's at home because she's poorly today. So I've got to go pick my big girl up at 3 o'clock. Get this washed and hopefully he's ready to pick it up at 4 o'clock. So, right, gonna get on. Happy with this. That gives me a little bit of breathing room, leaves me with a little bit of profit. I've just added it up at home. Car was actually cheaper than I expected. I think we paid about £18.50 for the car. £200 doing the cam belt and water pump. Spent another 80 quid on my battery, 80 quid on the MOT today, 25 quid on car mats. I spent 20 quid putting a plastic handle on the passenger seat here, 63 quid on the service previously. I don't know, I've not added that up as I've gone along, but I think it's about 1400 quid, and he's sorry, I think that's about 2,400, and he's paid 2,695 plus £200 for the cam belt doing. So, you know, there's a few hundred quid in it. I'm not retiring on it, but we're in profit. We're in profit and we've moved the car on, we can reinvest it, get something else next week, all being well. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to clear out now, get some money back in the bank. Like I said, this has been here since end of April, beginning of May. So, move this on, move the Altea on. I've given my brother the Corsa, so hopefully he can sell that. I can get 1,600 quid back for that. I'm probably going to do the same. I'm looking at the Silver Focus today. I've got that up at 1995. I might do the same with that. I haven't done anything with it. That owes me 850 quid. And I've done nothing with it. But it has got MOT till July next year. So I might do the same. I might trade that out to my brother. He does a few from home. Let him have that. Take £1,000 for it and let him, anything he earns above £1,000, let him keep that. Just gets another £1,000 back in the bank, so we can go to auctions on Wednesday and pick up some new stock, fresh some stock up. Right, I'll get this home, get this washed, and then I'll update you again with when I pick the Altea up. Let's see how that gets on. I'm expecting a 40 quid MOT on that. Well, 35 quid MOT. I don't expect that needing anything, but let's see. You never know in this game, do you? Well, we're on Friday night, 5:15 now. That's the Altea going. Beautiful, beautiful car. I love that car. Possibly the best car I've had. The sad thing is, the guy who's bought it doesn't flaming like it. He's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it's Altea. I've just paused video there. Altea's gone. But yeah, the guy who bought it didn't really like it. I've had to really, I wasn't trying to be pushy with him. He's dad of my friend there. He's been looking for a car for a little while. He's had brand new company cars all his life. Retired company cars gone back. Seen a couple of scruffy sort of £5 cars. That's exactly what he originally asked me for. He originally asked me for a Passati type car, an estate, of sort of Germany build quality, up to £5,000, under 100,000 miles, dark colour. And I said to my mate straight away, I said, you're not going to get a Passat for under £5,000, under 100,000 miles. I said, you're looking at £8,000 maybe. You know, Passats are so expensive, even with the mileage on. Anyway, that came into stock. Straight away I got onto him. Look, I've got this in. I said, best car I've had, full service history, beautiful car. I said, I drive spot on. 3995. I said, it's £1,000 under your budget. It's only got 82,000 miles on. Sent him pictures anyway. He didn't come for a couple of weeks. He didn't come straight away. Then he saw a couple of scruffy cars. Then I said to my mate, look, I've had this car valeted now. Get your dad to come see this car. He needs to come see it to at least set the benchmark of this is what he needs to be. Came to see it. Got out of the car and he's shaking his head straight away, just looking at me, just like, no, don't like it. I've never seen one. I don't know what it is. I feel a bit pushy with him, but no matter what I say to him, he just doesn't appreciate that car. Don't particularly want an auto. I said to him, you don't have to buy it. I said, I don't need you to buy it. I got calls all weekend on that car. I could have sold it 5 times over. I said, oh, go in and have a look at some more if you want. I said, but it will be gone this weekend, and it would have done. So he did go away. He thought about it and phoned me up late that night and said, yeah, I'm going to have that car. I'll have it. Again, turned up today, still didn't particularly like it. And honestly, it's immaculate. I've washed, as you can see, I've washed it again, polished it all again, got all the tyres shining, did all plastics for him. I said to him, look, it's got the big boot, it's got all the toys in it. Looks and he keeps going to Corsa, keeps looking at Corsa. I said, you can have Corsa if you want. I said, but it's not a patch on that. Yeah, it's a, you know, one owner, good history car, low mileage. I said, but it's still a Corsa. I said, it's, I don't know. I just gutted that best car I've ever had has gone to somebody who doesn't even like it. And I tried using the analogy of, I said, it's like the Mini there. I said, that Mini is a car that you'll love. You know, you see it, it gets your heart racing, it's a lovely colour. I said, but it's hard to live with. You know, you look at my boot now, boot's packed out, I'm sat on the floor, I'm rattling around all the time. Yeah, I love booting it and it sounds great. It's fun, but it's hard to live with. I said, whereas the Altea, I think you'll appreciate it over time. I said, once you take that on a run, the boot's massive, it'll get all grandkids in, you'll sit in comfort. It's got the German build quality, the engine's beautiful, but he just kept shaking his head. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, it's done. We'll see how we get on. See how we get on with it. Same with Focus. He kept going towards Focus, and look, he said he wanted a Focus. I said, Focus, you can't. I said, go shut door on that and shut door on Altea. I said, if Focus is all right, it's a cheap little car for somebody. It'll, you know, get somebody about. But, well, whatever, it's done. as you can tell, I'm a little bit perplexed by it. Anyway, onto the pitch. We're looking a bit bare, aren't we? Looking a bit bare now. Ibiza's gone. Got that picked up yesterday. I put 12 months MOT on it for him. I put a new battery on it for him because I came down and my battery were flat. Jumped it. I took it home and charged it up 2 days ago, and when I came back down it was flat, so I just stuck a new battery on, new MOT on. It needed a drop link for MOT, so that's fine. He picked that up yesterday. So tale of two Seats have gone out this week. We had the test drive on the Corsa that they didn't like because the aircon wasn't cold enough. Sorry, Princess. And no interest on the 500 really. Somebody messaged me today saying his daughter's passed a test looking for an i10. I said, I've got this 500, so he did like that. He said, I've sent it to my daughter, so we'll see. But other than that, I'm no interest on that, which is surprising, isn't it? Top spec car, low miles. Maybe the 6 owners is putting people off, but I've still priced it 5295, which is under the Auto Trader guide price. And again, I won't let 6 keepers put you off. It's like a Mini. You do get high keepers on small cars because people get them. They're a fun little thing for 12 months, 2 years maybe, and then they want something bigger or something with 5 doors, or they might have a baby or kids or whatever. And they are cars that you don't keep long term. You just have your fun out of them and move it on. Don't mean it's a bad car. I've had one owner cars that are bloody awful. And I've had cars like that are 6 keepers and it's immaculate. So that's the only downer on that. Low mileage, 5295, top spec, nice condition, drives spot on. So we'll see. Somebody will come. But yeah, I need some more cars next week. I hate it when it looks like this and when it's all a bit sparse. Red Corse has gone to my brother to sell. C-Max, oh, the garage have rang me about the C-Max today. So, paid them 220 quid to change the DPF sensors, which hasn't worked. Left it with them another week, took it back, said, I'll leave it. I've said to them it's vaporizer or Eolis fluid. I said, that's what all the forums say. Anyway, they rang me back today. Oh, we've spoke to our VMAP guy who we use for VMApping. He can do a guaranteed fix, 220 quid. I said, I've been down this route before, hasn't worked. I said, I've done it. I paid another VMAP guy 220 quid who caused loads of issues with car. I don't want to go down that route. Oh, but our guy will do it right. You've got to take the DPF out, blank it off and all this kind of stuff. I said, no, I said, I'd rather sell it with a known fault. I said, the car's right, don't go into limp mode, don't have EML, don't have any fault codes if you put a code reader in, just has the warning light on the dash. So I'd rather sell it with the known fault, cheap, rather than spending another 220 quid doing a remap that's not going to work. Again, I think it's the Eolis fluid or vaporizer, but I don't know. So that's still causing me a headache, but like I said, I'd be happy with 1995 for that now, just to move it on. You know, I did sell it at 2.6, refunded the lady 2.6. 1995. Anybody out there wants nice C-Max for clutch, gearbox, engine are spot on. I'll stick 12 months MOT on it. 1995, I'll be happy with that. Yeah, so we'll get back to the auctions. This will wrap this video up now. Next week we'll get back to the auctions, and I have had a look at auction listings. There's not a lot that takes me interest really, but we do need 1 or 2 more cars. So we'll get back. The next video will be an auction video where hopefully we get a couple of cars back in stock. Thanks guys, I'm gonna go home now, get some tea, wrap it up for the weekend. Hope you all have a good weekend. Thanks for all the likes, comments and shares, really do appreciate it. Hope the content, you know, you're finding it interesting, just how the business is growing. Getting a few funny characters at the minute. I do feel like we're getting funny characters now and different little stories and stuff, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? Thanks again, have a good weekend, we'll catch up next week.